What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Thiago Santos and Glover Teixeira. Fight here in the UFC light heavyweight division has some serious title implications. I really feel like the winner of this fight is possibly the number one contender. Now, I know the rumblings, and even Dana White has confirmed that Israel Adesanya will be fighting Jan Blachowicz, but the next contender will probably be the winner of this matchup here. First, let's talk a little bit about what these guys have done recently. I mean, if you see Thiago Santos, yes, coming off a loss, but that was against John Jones, where he lost a very competitive fight and had really good moments, and people thought that potentially he could have won the fight. This was prior to John Jones fighting Dominic Reyes, where people thought Reyes won that fight. I mean, Thiago Santos was the first guy to really give John Jones a very difficult test in a very long time, since, Alexander Gustafsson years back. Now, for Glover Teixeira, he's coming off of a big and brutal dominant TKO win over Anthony Lionheart Smith. I'm very excited to see these two get in the octagon and fight one another, because both are very highly skilled mixed martial artists. Let's first talk a little bit about Thiago Santos. Yes, he has been out for a while, but I mean, the guy's been active for years. I don't think he'll have missed much of a beat. I think he's going to come back looking very good. He's a dangerous kickboxer. His stance switches are very nice. He has a ton of knockout power. He has a knockout victory over Jan Blachowicz, the current light heavyweight champion of the world. He also throws those nasty knee stomps. You really also have to watch out just for his aggressive flurries of punches that he'll throw. I mean, the guy will just rush in and attack you with complete chaos. And I mean, granted, it could get him caught, but a lot of times he catches his opponents and he does damage. I mean, he knocked out Jimmy Manuwa brutally as well in the light heavyweight division, which is, intense flurries of punches. He's a very unorthodox style of fighter. Granted, yes, he has, more of a traditionalist stance, but the way that he fights is very aggressive, very unorthodox, and honestly very entertaining to watch. Now, his opponent, Glover Teixeira, is one of the best boxers we've seen in the light heavyweight division. Maybe not number one best ever, but very crisp boxing skills. He has a ton of knockout power, and you really need to watch out for Glover's left hook. It is extremely deadly, and he's really underrated with his grappling. He can take you down, and he can do a lot of work from the ground. He has a lot of submission victories on his record, and he does have some very nasty ground and pound as well. And one thing to note about Glover, he's extremely durable. Other than that quick knockout loss to Rumble Johnson, he's a guy that takes enormous amounts of punishment and is able to recover from that. And in this matchup here, it's high stakes, extremely high stakes. The winner is probably the number one contender. The loser will be set back, and especially if Glover loses, I don't know if there's ever a chance he'll fight for another belt again. I think it's competitive, and I think Glover's going to have good moments here. But I really have to ride with Thiago Santos. He's the younger man. He's very athletic as well. And I think his knockout power and his chaotic, unorthodox style is just going to be too much for Glover. I think he's going to catch Glover with a big punch. I think around the third, round number 3, we're going to see Glover Teixeira get knocked out by Thiago Santos. But there is a legit chance that we could see Glover win, especially if he gets this fight to the mat and possibly looks for submissions. But I still feel Thiago Santos will be able to deal with the grappling attack of Glover Teixeira. I believe he'll be able to fight off submission attempts. Thiago Santos, he's very high level at this point of his career. He's developed very nicely, and I think he knocks out Glover round number 3, and we'll probably be looking at Thiago Santos fighting for a world title sometime soon. It depends on who wins between Adesanya and Blachowicz. Depends on John Jones as well. But Thiago Santos is going to be at the top of the heat inside of that light heavyweight division and potentially fighting for a world title. But before we let you guys go, let's talk about the betting odds for this matchup. Glover Teixeira is an underdog, plus 200. Thiago Santos, the minus 240 favorite. As far as the best sites to go throw money down, Glover Teixeira is a plus 206 underdog over at Sportsbet. For Thiago Santos, he's sitting at a minus 225 over at Sportsbook. If you're looking to throw down money on either one of those guys, personally, I think the odds could be a bit closer, but I do understand why they're so widespread in favor of Thiago. Now, quickly, I do want to pull up a prop bet if possible, because I want to see what the knockout victory for Thiago Santos prop bet looks like here. All right. Thiago Santos with a knockout win. We are looking at a minus 125 over at BetOnline. That's your best option. I also want to pull up a Glover Teixeira submission. That's a plus 650 over on BetOnline. two possible outcomes. Definitely more likely we see Thiago knock Glover out than Glover submit Thiago Santos. But that is my prediction, guys. I'm riding with Thiago Santos. I cannot wait for this fight. I know you guys are probably super excited too. Super high stakes, light heavyweight battle, and I expect absolute fireworks this weekend. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.